Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and it's time for my top 10 favorite wrestlers in the WWE. So, this is in no particular order. I figure since I did my top 10 most hated, I'd actually talk about 10 people that I actually like in WWE. So, let's start off, like I said, no particular order. We'll count down. Some of these are in order, some of them I really didn't give a fuck to put them in order. So, we'll start with number 10. Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss is one of those people when I saw her in NXT, go back and check my old NXT reviews. I was not crazy about her. They made her into a cheerleader. I didn't even really find anything to really like about her whatsoever. She was just very bland. A cheerleader character, very unoriginal. It was, there was nothing really to get excited about seeing her. There was no reason to pay attention to this girl's career. And now that they turned her heel, they changed her character. She now seems like she learned a lot from being in WWE. The facial expressions, acting like a heel, being on the mic, her in-ring skills have improved. She is one of the most improved people I've seen. Maybe it was also the fact that they put her on the main roster. Maybe it really motivated her. But the girl's got natural talent, and I like what she does a lot. She's easy on the eyes. She's an attractive girl, and she's got a lot of talent. So, she could go far. I like how they, as soon as they put her on Raw, they gave her the belt. It was a smart move. Let's just hope they keep up that momentum and stay away from goofballs like Bayley. Number 9, The Miz. I don't give a fuck what anybody says about The Miz. This guy has only gotten better on the mic over time. When he showed up, this is well documented. He was a total goofball. They tried to make him likable at first, make him hip. This guy has been with the company for a very long time. He's going to be coming up on 12 years in the WWE. And, he still tries really hard. He does the best he can with the material he's given. I really like him with Maurice. He's very competent in the ring. Ever since they gave him Maurice, it seemed like it breathed new life into him. When he beat Zack Ryder for the IC title, you could kind of tell that that there was something about The Miz that had changed. We were still in the very shitty time in wrestling. I really was not giving a fuck about The Miz at that time, but The Miz kind of found his way again when they let Maurice back on the TV. And number 8, Neville. This guy does not look like a cruiserweight. He's short, but the guy has got an amazing build. He has amazing talent in the ring. I enjoyed his match at Payback with Austin Aries. I look at this guy and I don't see cruiserweight. I see like this guy is good enough. If Chris Benoit could be in the main event at his size, why can't a guy like Neville? I also like, the heel tactics. The guy's trying his hardest on commentary. He was making me at least laugh a little bit when, he pretended like he didn't even know TJP motherfuckers won the match. He made like he was falling to sleep basically. So, Neville tries to be entertaining and he succeeds. And he's a good wrestler. He's got a good look. This cruiserweight division and keeping him in 205 Live is a waste of his time. It's a waste of everybody's time. Forget about 205 Live. Take Neville. Do something with the guy. Focus on him because you got a star here. The guy's got charisma. He's got the look. And the next step is just to fucking book him and write him into a storyline, where he could actually succeed and mean something. And number 7, the Hardy Boys. Normally these guys would be at like number 3 or number 2, my favorite tag team of all time. But ever since they came back at Mania, which was exciting, the night after, it was just business as usual. treating them like an average tag team, treating them like just another tag team on the roster. This is not how you book the Hardy Boys. You know, fresh off of reinventing themselves in TNA. Now there's talk of a lawsuit. Well, if that's the case, they keep doing the lead on TV. Could we not get the character? And if they're doing some type of slow build towards it, hurry it the fuck up. I ain't got all fucking day. At number 6, Roman Reigns. Yeah, you heard that right, motherfuckers. Roman Reigns. If you did not think that Roman Reigns was entertaining in his feud with Braun Strowman and those weren't good matches, and you didn't think that the match at WrestleMania wasn't well done, then, you know, you're just fucking lying to yourselves already. All the negativity and all the goofballs hating on Reigns just makes me like him even more. And I'm not just saying that to be controversial or to ruffle feathers. It's because I think that the guy is genuinely good. They book him like shit. They don't know what they're doing, just like everybody who's going to be on this list or on the roster. But Roman Reigns has the look. He's got, you know, the tools it takes to be a big star. All you got to do is be able to implement those talents and do something with them. But of course, in the current WWE landscape, that might not be possible. But what I have seen a whole lot of talent out of this guy. And he has been impressive. At number 5, Bray Wyatt. They have kicked the shit out of Bray Wyatt. I don't understand how this guy beats Randy Orton. And I know he switched shows, but he's wrestling the world champion. And the belt is not on the line. And I did enjoy the House of Horrors, but how did they get around the belt not being on the line, especially after Bray just lost it? And it's a rematch. And how is it now that he's like in a feud with the Intercontinental Champion? One week he's feuding with Balor, the next he's feuding with Orton, back to Ambrose, back to Balor, back to Ambrose again. Who the fuck is he feuding with? For fuck's sakes, can they give the guy at least one person to feud with? He's feuding with fucking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different people all at one time. And, you know, they build up years and years of him not winning the belt. We all know that this guy should have won the belt back in 2014, 2015. All these years that Bray Wyatt was an active competitor, he could have, you know, won the belt all these different times, feuding with Cena. They could have had a big, you know, feud over the world title, but instead, no. Don't do that. Don't, you know, no big world title feud with John Cena. It's just going to be Bray Wyatt winning the belt and winning it and then losing it to Orton the very next month. It's like, you know, a transitional champion. You wait that long, this guy deserves to have the belt, and then you give him the belt just so he could be a transitional champion? This guy is way too talented. Look at the look of this guy, the way he moves in the ring, all the facial expressions, the promos, the way how he talks. This is a character that like he developed on his own. And this is how he gets treated, just like another guy on the roster. He's at the level of a Finn Balor. This guy is cutting these promos, and he's developed a whole character for himself. Meanwhile, guys like Finn Balor are getting more attention, just jumping around, stomping like a bunch of fucking idiots. I don't get the mentality. At number 4, Baron Corbin. Again, another guy with a great look. A look very similar to Roman Reigns. Baron Corbin wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal last year. Fast forward a year and he's not even on the fucking main show. He's in a pre-show match with Dean Ambrose. You know, this is a guy that obviously he should have already been wrestling for the world title in pay-per-view matches. The guy looked ready. He was ready. You could tell that he was ready. You know, if he wasn't ready, why is he even on the main fucking roster? The fact of the matter is, if you're going to have a guy win a big battle royal in the name of Andre the Giant. Do something with the guy. You see how much this battle royal means because Mojo Rawley won it, and he hasn't even been on TV. But anyway, Corbin, like I said, another guy with the look, the skills, you know, the moves, the deep six, everything about him is cool. The guy's got a cool theme song. He's got a lot going for him. At number 3, AJ Styles. I still like this guy a lot. AJ as a heel is the way to go, obviously. AJ's not only improved on the mic. You know, I remember watching this guy, I said, on the weekly pay-per-views in TNA. And I don't know what it was about with him. But I always knew when I saw Russo with AJ Styles that there was something special about AJ. Now, AJ wasn't good on the mic. AJ was not a good heel in TNA, but after years and years and years, and maybe, just maybe, it was his time in Japan that made AJ the big star that he was. Because everybody who's anybody knows that once you go to Japan, it's impossible to say that a guy's not good. So it might have been that. But anyway, AJ is genuinely good. This is a guy that knows exactly, you know, what he's doing in the ring, knows what he's doing on the mic. It's amazing that this guy now, he was a world champion, and just like Ambrose, now he's wrestling for the U.S. title. It's like, what is it like? If they lose the world title, they have to go wrestle for the secondary title now? It's like, I said this time and time again. Once you win the world championship, what sense does it make pursuing the secondary titles? You've already went as far as you could go. You're going to take a step back? At number 2, Braun Strowman. This is a guy this is old school. It's a big man, but he's a talented guy. You know, I don't know what it is, but this guy is just fucking ferocious. And he's a big dude. His matches with Roman Reigns, you know, I really enjoyed the one at Payback. I liked the one at Fastlane. The fact that he wasn't on the main show at Mania was a fucking disgrace. This is a guy that's got a look. He could be there for many years. You know, the guy's actually quite agile for a big man. He's just a spectacle to look at. This is like what wrestling used to be. It's just, you know, you've got WWE working against him, fucking making him run away from fights, backing down from Lesnar. But I really like this guy a lot. He's one of my favorites right now, and you can tell by the way I talk about him in my reviews. And at number 1, Brock Lesnar. I can't wait to see Lesnar and Strowman. It might be at SummerSlam. I don't know what it is, but as far as things go, nobody has a bigger presence than Brock Lesnar. Let's be perfectly honest. You could say what you want. The guy's a part-timer. He's this and he's that. He's on steroids. It doesn't fucking matter. Nobody on the roster even comes close to having the presence of a Brock Lesnar. When Lesnar comes out, when his theme hits, there's no comparison. Nobody even comes close to topping that same level of energy. The look of Lesnar, you know, it's not like this guy has super charisma. He's not like a Hogan or Randy Savage or The Rock on the mic. I always said the only thing hurting this guy is Paul Heyman running his mouth. He used to be great with promos, but Heyman, every single time he comes out there, it's the same fucking horseshit lines repeated over and over again. And it's, quite frankly, getting a bit tiresome. Lesnar, you know, I understand when he was champion back in 2003 on SmackDown, I was just watching on the network. He cut decent enough promos. It wasn't like this guy was a modern marvel on the mic or anything like that, but the guy could get by. He was just as good as, you know, Chris Benoit or anybody else on the mic, you know. So why not give him the mic every now and again? You always have Paul Heyman, the same thing. You know, my name is Paul Heyman, and this is the beat. It's like enough already. I've had enough of the same old shtick with them. Just give Lesnar the mic, or give Heyman new material, or just fuck Heyman altogether. Just have Lesnar come out there, because Heyman is not lending anything. It's just making the whole thing seem cliche every year, coming out there every couple of months with Brock and talking for him and shooting the same fucking lines over and over. Anyway, motherfuckers, those are my top 10 favorite wrestlers at the moment. You know, yes, Lesnar is at the top. That I still stand by. But other than that, you know, the other ones are kind of like in no particular order. But there you go, motherfuckers. My top 10 favorites.